Hi folks, Daryl Gregory here. My book, When We Were Real, is coming out tomorrow. Well, actually, it's out right now because you live in the future where this is available right now. And the book is about people who found out that we've been living in a simulation all this time. And 7 years ago, they got the notification. There was a big announcement day. And yet, all this time later, no one's gotten superpowers. Nobody is able to be like Neo and dodge bullets in slow motion or regular motion. And so it's or learn super kung fu. I mean, it's pretty disappointing all around. But I want to talk real quickly about simulation theory and the simulation argument. Because back in 2003, Nick Bostrom, a philosopher, wrote an essay about the simulation argument. And he sort of gave us a trilemma. He said, one of the following three propositions has to be true. Either we've gone extinct before we can make transhumanism possible, before we can make consciousness happen inside of a computer. Or it's extremely unlikely that these future people have decided to make large-scale simulations. Maybe it's illegal, maybe they consider it immoral and ethical to create these other consciousness and these simulated beings that live and breathe and feel and suffer. Yep, simulations are possible. And there's an extra twist there, which is if simulations are possible and feasible by our descendants, then the odds that we are in a simulation are much greater than the odds that we're actually the people who are going to invent the simulation. On the theory that if once simulations start happening, they can populate billions and billions of worlds. And so there are so many other conscious beings in these simulated worlds that the odds of us not being the original organic material are actually pretty low. That's separate from the simulation hypothesis, which is that we are right now living in a simulation. I actually don't find that very convincing, even though I wrote a book about people who are in a simulation. And I'll talk about that in another video. Thanks.